Good evening to those of you that are joining. This is an excellent time to like, share, comment, tag persons in the comments that may be interested in our discussion. And this evening, our topic is the secret sauce of whole foods. Okay. We will be jumping in shortly. I don't expect that we will be on too long this evening. So we will be getting started shortly. Be sure that you follow us on all of the social media outlets. If you are indeed wanting to keep abreast of all of our different offerings, all of our freebies, our promos, if you want to know what's going on with us, all of our items that we will have up for sale, and all of our challenges. We've got a lot that's going to be coming up. We've got a course coming out. So be sure that you stay tuned, stay connected. Just getting the topic up over here on Facebook. And we are going to get ready to begin. So for those of you that may not be familiar with me, I am Dr. Felicia, physiotherapist and certified health coach. I'm the proprietor of Adderley Physiotherapy over on Mackey Street in the Mackey Street Plaza. And there, over the last 5 years, I've been in private practice for 6. And I've helped hundreds of patients over the years reach their physiotherapy goals. And now, as a certified health coach, I am able to help so many more women, thousands more women, through the magic of the internet. I am able to help thousands more women reach their health and wellness goals. So it's in an effort to help more women that are ready for change to get off the hamster wheel of fad dieting, create true change with their eating and movement habits so that they're eating food that is nutritious for their bodies, it's good to and for them, and they're finding ways to incorporate more movement into their day so that they can live their best, most fabulous, longest, healthiest lives. All right. So any information that is discussed in this broadcast, it is not meant to be taken as medical advice. It is just general information. I do not know the specifics of anybody's case. I'm just here sharing some information with you this evening, and it could potentially help your life. However, I do admonish you to please check with your primary care physician or make sure that you're under the care of a licensed healthcare provider prior to making any changes to your eating and movement regimen. So everybody should basically be working together on the healthcare team to make sure that you get the best possible healthcare plan to live your best, healthiest life, okay, in a safe way, because everything is not for everybody. All right, so the secret sauce of whole foods. The secret sauce of whole foods is our topic this evening. And so the secret has really been right under our noses all this time, our whole lives. The cavemen knew it. Okay, so they ate natural food, healthy food, food from the ground, food that existed in nature. Okay, there was no 24 hours Walmart, no Bamboo Shack open late in the night, no Jack in the Box, no Sonic. They didn't have those things. So they had to eat the food that they prepared themselves. So along with our technological advances in this new day and age, we've lost some things. Okay, so it's been a trade-off, I would say. So there's less of that idea of eating from nature. For some people, it's different things. Some people don't time to prepare a nice healthy meal for themselves. And, this becomes an issue because then you just kind of eat something that's fast. And unfortunately, the fast food tends to be the food that is processed. Processed food is the opposite of whole foods, right? So we've had a trade-off and we've lost some things. So we're not necessarily as healthy as our ancestors were, right? Think back in the Bible. I mean, look at how long the earliest men and women lived. Okay? It's almost, I don't want to say a miracle, but it's wonderment when people make it to 100 years old. It's very special, right? Because we have people dying at much younger ages simply due to poor health. Okay, like they could have been here much longer, but due to poor health, maybe things like a lot of stress, because there are a lot of factors, and many of them we can actually affect or change, right? So the cavemen knew what to do. What they ate and the way that they ate is similar to what the paleo diet will be fashioned after now, right? So it's also called the caveman diet for that same reason. So eating whole foods, it's the best way, one of the best ways you can take care of your health or preserve it. Okay? Less processed foods. The less processed, the better. Okay? So you want to be thinking about going more that whole food route. So the more that I get deeper down into researching and learning more and more about whole foods and nutrition, it's really a good way to, either for some persons that have a lifestyle disease already, okay, like perhaps diabetes, high blood pressure, or even others like heart disease, dementia, cancer. Many persons can either improve their condition, eliminate it, or reduce the chance of reoccurrence. Okay, so this is definitely something as simple as it is. It's really a concept that we could capture, a very simple concept. We could capture this and use this to help and improve our lives, definitely improve the quality of our lives, have better health, possibly reduce our chance of lifestyle diseases, and maybe even add some years to our lives. So I want you to think of your food as your medicine. So if you're ill, should you treat yourself with fried chicken? Is a prescription of fried chicken going to be the way to go? Probably not. Okay. So if you need to treat yourself, what should you treat your condition with? You could treat it with some nice whole foods, some nice fruits, vegetables, some whole grains. Okay, you following me here? So a whole food, plant-based diet, similar to the Mediterranean diet, is recommended for disease prevention. Now, some people belong to the school of thought that, hey, well, we all have to die anyway. This is true. That is the way that man is designed. Okay. So, but how do you want to feel while you're here? And how long do you want to be here? There was a very interesting, like, short reel that I saw earlier, I think about a week ago. And it said, well, okay, is money the most important thing to you? But if you think that money is the most important, but if someone asks you this question, what if they could give you $1 million today, but you have to die tomorrow? Would you still take the $1 million? And is that a yes or no for you? Would you still take it, but you got to die tomorrow? The $1 million is not necessarily looking so appealing. The other scenario was, what if you could get the $1 million, but you had to be sick for the rest of your life? Would you still take the $1 million? Well, then that means that health is more important to you than money. Third scenario, if someone was to give you $1 million today, but they told you that, they had to you would have to lose your, let's say, for example, your mother. Like you would have to sacrifice your mother's life. You'd think about it. Would that be a yes or no for you? If the answer is no, I don't want the $1 million, I want my mother to live, then that means that relationships are more important to you than money. Okay? So that's the three scenarios, is life more important to you than money? Is health more important to you than money? Or is relationship more important to you than money? So things to think about, you all, things to think about. Okay. So no, none of us has come here to be here forever, but what's the quality that we want to have, whether it comes to our life, our health, our relationships? Think about the 8 pillars of wellness that, that I would present to you all. Okay. And we're going to chat about that in another minute or two as well. But they're all important. So it's not just that one thing. I'm going to die anyway. But how, and then how are you going to die? Cancer is a very painful disease, and it's not a good way to go. All right. It's not a good thing to have to even live with or suffer through. And even the treatment is grueling. So taking care of ourselves is just so much better than having to deal with these lifestyle diseases. Think about it. Diabetics often, if they don't take care of themselves, end up losing toes, limbs to amputations. Okay. So this is serious business. Our health is serious business, and it does matter. Okay. But everybody I know has to get there for themselves. I'm just here to help you along. So, Whole Foods. Another wonderful thing about Whole Foods that I have found, Whole Foods actually can help a person to lose weight. If you've been here with me on these social outlets for a while, we've been at it almost 2 full years now. If you've been here, you know that we talked about a lot of different injuries and different lifestyle diseases. And almost every time when we would go through our list of risk factors, we would find that obesity would be on that list, right? So it's always good to help and take off a few pounds, try to be within the correct weight for your height, and really maintaining that weight. So it's important. Whole foods can help you to lose weight rather than eating a lot of processed foods. Even when we have some of these different debates that we can hear with people that say that, one way is better than the other. Paleo is better than keto. Keto is better than Mediterranean. Uh, or you can also talk about, let's see, veganism. That's a big one. Veganism being, the best way to go. The whole idea is to just try and just lead a healthier lifestyle. So even vegans can be unhealthy because veganism doesn't cut out processed foods. So there is such a thing as an unhealthy vegan. Okay, so vegans are not restricted to only eating whole foods, right? They can eat processed foods, because unfortunately, one of my favorite cookies, Oreos, is a processed food. Okay, so you have to kind of weigh everything out with a grain of salt, and you really have to devise a plan that is going to be best for you in moving forward with how you're going to deal with your health, your wellness, and having good nutrition. All right, so I want to quickly give you a couple of examples of whole foods, and then I'll get to any questions that you have. Go ahead and you can drop them, get them ready, and either put them in the question queue or right there in the comments. So some examples of whole foods. Whole foods are just the foods that exist in nature. So they're going to be your fish, eggs, even meat, okay? Potatoes, nuts, seeds, chicken, fruits, vegetables, okay? Oreos, not on the list, okay? So you're going to always think about when you're doing your grocery shopping as well. You're going to find most of those items on the outskirts of the store or the perimeter. The middle tends to be, think about it, where you're going to find your chips and, all of your processed food is going to be kind of in the middle. Okay, so the less processed, the better. Okay, so you have even an example I could use. Let's say oats. Instant oatmeal, pretty highly processed. Then you have your quick oats, a little processed. And then also you would have your like your steel cut oats, okay? And if you think about it, the instant oatmeal is like the softest one, most ground up, right? Then your quick oats have a little bit more substance to them. And then your steel cut oats, they're like that really, really, we can call them robust. They're robust, okay? So that you got to cook them a long time to break them down, but they're really great as overnight oats we have found here on these social media outlets, right? Okay, so let's see. I would encourage you, I would highly encourage you to remove the guilt around what you eat. Don't guilt trip yourself, okay? Just do the best that you can and try to always be making whatever is the best choice, okay? Whatever is the best choice that you can make. So if you have a choice between eating, someone mentioned McDonald's earlier, between eating McDonald's and maybe going home and making yourself, a meat or a protein, some veggies, and a healthy carb, some whole grains, that's better. Okay? Even if, let's say for the sake of argument, you got to stop and you got to get something to eat. You got a choice. Like cuz you could stop at McDonald's or you could stop at Subway and, maybe go with a nice roasted chicken, okay? Cuz deli meat is processed. But, they got a roasted chicken there if they still serve it. And that would be a better choice than perhaps that Big Mac. Okay. And the fries and the soda. Okay. So it's all about those choices. Observe the 80-20 rule. So think 80% of the time you're eating your healthy foods, your foods that are good for your body, that are providing you with good nutrition. And the other 20% is your wiggle. 20% is where I can put an Oreo every now and again. Okay. So don't like back yourself into a corner thinking that, oh my gosh, I have to like do this like 100%. It's difficult and then it could cause a person to fall off the wagon. Okay. Which happens sometimes and then kind of go all the way backwards. Okay. And just go ahead and give yourself absolutely the best option that you can under whatever circumstances that you're in. Just always try to make the best choice that you can for your health. Okay? It will come along because one good choice tends to usually lead to another. Okay? So it is not enough to only consider what you eat. Remember your 8 pillars of wellness. Okay? So it's not enough to just eat well. You want to also be able to incorporate some exercise, right? So think about that. As a part of our 8 pillars, one of our 8 pillars is physical wellness, right? So it's not only, well, eating the healthy food, exercise should be a component as well. That's all very, very, very important. Okay. So don't forget all of those other components. Is eating right enough to cause us to be foolproof against getting high blood pressure or cancer? Not by itself. Okay. We're whole people. Okay. And it's going to be important to do things like still have good stress management techniques. Okay. And remember those things. Okay. And don't forget, I'm here that if you need to go ahead and get a little bit of extra help, if you need to have a plan that is specifically just for you, don't forget that there is one-on-one health coaching available. I do have a course that will be coming out shortly, and that's going to help and give you even a bit more information than you would get out of these live streams. Okay. And it's going to help you along the road to better health and wellness. Okay. So that is my brief presentation for this evening. And I'm just going to drop a few quick announcements here. All right. And don't forget that concierge PT service is available for those of you that either yourself or you have a loved one that may need therapy service, but it's difficult to get them out, just go ahead and DM me or IM me, and I will make sure that I connect you with a competent, caring therapist to come out to the home to you. And let's see. Oh, I will also have a freebie coming on Whole Foods, so stay tuned for that. I will make sure that I get that to you and have that available in short order. And of course, as per usual, I will drop it here in our live stream, and it will also be on the Instagram in the link in bio. And let's see. Oh, we have a special guest coming up. Make sure that you stay tuned for that. She's a coach, but a different kind of coach from myself. And I think it's going to help us in one of our other pillars of wellness. Okay. Actually, I think it can help us with another two of our pillars of wellness. Okay. So make sure that you stay tuned for that. She's going to be our guest in about another 2 streams. Make sure that you stay tuned. We know that we love to have the guests here on the live streams. All right. If anybody has any additional questions, I'm scanning back to get the ones that I saw. And let's see. Someone is mentioning vegan cookies. What is the actual question? It just says vegan cookies. What did you want me to refer to or cover with that? What did you want me to comment on? Okay, so let's see. Shan Z underscore KB asks, what are the foods to be eaten to take care of your mental health, please? Mental health is a big topic. So if we're talking things like dementia, then for sure you can try something like berries. Berries are very good. We know that we talk about berries a lot on this social outlet. They are full of also your antioxidants, and berries are all around good. So there's tons of ways to get more berries into your diet. We were talking about there's an Indian gooseberry that is actually very good as a antioxidant. It's one of the best. Like when you take the whole like spectrum of berries, all the berries are good, but there's this particular like Indian berry and then the blackberries that are really good, and they're considered like superfoods, and they are also good for like cancer prevention and for persons that are also currently fighting cancer and wanting to have a better and healthier diet. So that's a very good question, Shanzi, and thank you so much for popping into our stream. But yes, mental health, huge. There's so much that overlaps. Of course, our emotional health overlaps with that, our environmental, you know, a lot. Like even remaining physically active helps. We have a lot. We have a lot that we have to consider when we talk about mental health, right? Let's see. Leslie says that she can't wait for the course. Me neither. It is definitely one thing that it is challenging me, I would say. But I look so much forward to getting this course out to you all. And please stay tuned, look in the stories, and make sure that you are getting your notifications for when I post stories, when I go live, when I have like my regular posts come out. I'm going to be asking a lot of questions because I want to know what you want to be in this course. Okay. I want to create something that will help you the most. Okay. So I want to know from you what it is that you feel that you need. Okay. I believe the question about vegan cookies are they healthy? It's hard to answer that across the board. I would have to see like what is in it in order to be able to answer that, because I would imagine there are, I mean, really, but like I just said, what is really a vegan cookie though? Oreos are vegan because they don't contain any animal products, so that makes them vegan. So we chatted about that previously. Like I know you've heard me say that once or twice or maybe more, that a lot of things that masquerade as healthy actually are not, you know? So you have to really do your groundwork and the legwork yourself and really take the time and turn that package around, read the ingredients, do your even online research as to what are these items that they're putting in there and are they actually healthy? rule of thumb, if it's not something that's easily recognizable, then it's probably processed. Could be some sort of chemical compound that is not really all that good for you. Okay. So yeah, definitely I would say I would say that yeah, definitely I can't say, I mean, cookies are a treat. I wouldn't say that most cookies are not really like healthy because cookies tend to have a lot of sugar. Okay. It's what we're putting in there. There are, of course, vegan cookies, right? But it's just because they would have left out the items that they consider non-vegan. But sugar is vegan. But is sugar in large amounts healthy for us? No. Okay, so the cookie's probably going to fall in that 20% I was talking about. All right, I am getting ready to wrap up because I promised you I would not keep you long tonight. So that was meant to be short and sweet. Let's see. Shanzi is asking if I could do a live on mental health. I probably won't do it myself because that's not my area, but I can definitely. I have a few colleagues that are well versed in that area, and I can see if I can have one of them on as a guest. Okay. So, Shanzi, if you don't follow us, make sure that you do follow us and hit the notification bell so that you don't miss when we go ahead and put that live stream out. But I can definitely do that. We do have guests periodically. It's not just always me sitting here talking to you all night, right? So I usually bring on some other persons to liven it up, keep it fresh, cover some of our other 8 pillars of wellness. You've heard me mention that a few times tonight. So I build a part of my one-on-one health coaching program on the 8 pillars of wellness. Okay, I cover like physical, there's mental, but I do bring in persons that are experts in some of these different areas because I have my particular area that I stick to and stay in my lane, and I help persons with other things, but making appropriate referral is so important, and bringing in persons that have more knowledge in these different areas is also, I know, beneficial to my audience. So I brought in someone that was talking about finance because financial wellness is one of our 8 pillars of wellness, right? So Shanzi said that you're new here. So good to have you. So good. And don't forget to give us that follow and start to interact with us. We love to have that new and fresh blood in here. We love it. The more the merrier. And we're gonna keep moving forward with this. Let's see. Rain says it tastes delicious. Of course, it's when you get your 20% in. It's not about deprivation. It's just about moderation. That's all. Okay. Okay. Rain says she doesn't mind me talking all the time. And that is so kind of you to say, but I will try to keep it fresh. Okay. So I will bring in my colleagues and all the other cool people that I meet along this road of life. I will be bringing them in periodically so that they can share what they have uh, with us as well. You know. All right, you all. Let's see. One last comment from Unique over here on Facebook, and she says, "Great talk as usual. For me, the best tip to healthier lifestyle choices is making very small, sustainable changes at a time." I couldn't have said it any better. And you all, with that, I will end this live stream. So this is Dr. Felicia here, signing off for the evening, making the world healthier, one woman at a time. Bye.